नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanedars, sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Cities sitting with us in two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Singapore, Singapuram. Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Parani, Indrani, New Jersey, San Jose, Madurai, St. Louis, Festus, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Nithyananda Nagara, Bididi, Houston, Kalahasti, Seattle, Chidambaram, Anaheim, California, Toronto, Kailasam, Vancouver, Bhubaneswar, Ohio, Prayag, Madurai, Dhyanapeetam, Phoenix, Kanchipuram, Mumbai, Dharavi, New York, Varanasi, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Seramban, Shivakasi, Hebal, Bangalore, Erode, Adinityananda Dhyanapeetam, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, Colombo, Sri Lanka, Jorpati, Nepal, New York, Varanasi, Hong Kong, Sirgari, Abu Dhabi, High Pine, North Carolina, Sherman Oaks, California, Port Washington, New York, Dhyanapeetam, Huzur. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today I wanted to expand on the oneness, Advaita, the non-dual space being and doing in both, establishing yourself in that non-dual space of Advaita. Listen, please listen. The non-dual space, the Advaita, need to be lived in being and doing. It's one of the most unfortunate things. Some of the traditions, the spiritual traditions, have given so much of importance to being in Advaita, they forgot as long as human body is alive, there will be doing also. When the process, methodology, technique for doing without disturbing being in Advaita is not established, people lose Advaitic space. Understand? Today morning, when she was describing, one of our IA participants, she described that the non-dual space, oneness happened, staying for weeks and weeks and weeks. Not for any brand promotion or pride. I am telling you, only an inner awakening participant can enjoy that space and experience that space. Because she was telling that I went to all types of techniques, methods, gurus, places, meditated. It never happened. Even if it happens, it will only give you the glimpse of being in Advaita. When your whole body is arrested, mind is arrested. You can have a glimpse of that light, that's all. But not just being in Advaita, being even while you are doing in Advaita only becomes Samadhi. Being even while you are doing in the space of Advaita only becomes Samadhi. That happens only when Master trains you to experience Advaita from in all aspects and in all dimensions of your life. Various dimensions of your life. You are not just the body. Body is one dimension of you. You are not just the mind. Mind is one dimension of you. Whatever you call as life, mostly your lifestyle only you call it as life. The way you eat, the way you dress, the way you house yourself, the way you act and react, your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is one of the dimension of you. And all the relationships you have, how you relate with people, how people relate with you. Infusing Advaita even in your relationships, in your lifestyle. The way you react and respond to wealth, the way you react and respond to relationships, the way you react and respond to crisis in your life, the way you react and respond to the survival threats, the way you react and respond to life in every dimension, everything you need to be established in Advaita. You need to be in the space of Advaita. Be in the space of Advaita. Just giving you the glimpse of being in Advaita does not take me more than 10 minutes. Please understand. By 11th minute, I can put anybody. By 11th minute, I can put anybody. I can say within 11 minutes, I can put anybody in the space of Advaita in being. But being, unfortunately, becomes only one part of you. You are clouded, corrupt so much. I don't even want to use the word corrupt. I may want to use the word polluted. Corruption is more like knowingly doing. Pollution is more like imposed on you. Polluted so much with so many things. Just being in Advaita is not going to make you live enlightenment. Being in Advaita, even while you are doing, only that is going to make it happen. Only that is going to make it happen. Jivan Mukti is possible only then. And I am so happy. She has walked out of her self-doubts and self-hatred, self-denial so much. She has come out so much. She is able to hold herself up and say, I am living Jivan Mukti. I am proud of her. I am really proud of her. And I wanted you to know she is not lying. She is telling the truth. I was only afraid that slowly that SDHD may eat it away, but she's reached the completion level enough that not to allow SDHD to eat away. It is like how the Rahu and Ketu eat the sun and the moon. you need to know. This modern day so-called space researchers and astronomers are saying, see, in the Indian astrology, it is said that Rahu and Ketu eat sun and the moon. And these modern day astronomers go on abusing us, saying, no. There is no Rahu, no Ketu. Eats sun and the moon. It is there as it is. Only the shadow of the earth falls on moon, or the shadow of the moon falls on earth. That is what is eclipse. Please understand, these modern day astronomers, they may know the mass planets. Even that they are not very clear. What's the number, how many and all that. But in our Vedic tradition, we never considered the mass planets as grahas. The influence of those planets only we called as grahas. The energy they radiate, the energy they exert, the energy they radiate into the cosmos, into the universe, that only we called as graha. Please understand, during every eclipse, the Rahu's energy completely nullifies the energy radiated by moon or the sun. The Ketu's energy nullifies completely the energy radiated by the sun or the moon. No energy, no effect, whether good or bad, of the moon reaches the planet Earth during the eclipse. It's an energy phenomena our masters are talking about. Anyhow, just like how Rahu and Ketu eat sun and the moon, your SDHD, self-doubt, hatred, denial, eats away your experience of Advaita. The one and only way you can save yourself from the SDHD, self-doubt, hatred and denial, is living Advaita in your actions, being in Advaita not just while you are meditating or being, making it as a lifestyle, thinking style, the way you relate with others and yourself in your very doing. Understand? In your very doing. In every doing, the oneness, non-dual consciousness, the non-dual space, the Advaitic space of you is not something supposed to be experienced in your meditation alone. That is why some of the Vedantis who don't understand Vedanta, they go on saying, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Means the God alone is true, Brahman alone is true, the world is illusion. Yes, I am not saying it's wrong, but they miss the third statement. Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. The individual Jiva you experience is nothing but Brahman. So whether being or action, the oneness has to be radiated, lived, experienced. The process yesterday was going on in the inner awakening, the 12th day process. Everyone experientially understood Jagat Mithya, whatever you see as the world is illusion. The moment one incompletion is triggered by somebody, then that's all. You don't see the world anymore. The world does not exist, only my world exists. That is what is meant by the great Mahavakya, Jagat Mithya. What you perceive as my world is Mithya. Because a small incompletion, the moment it got triggered, it gets triggered. A small incompletion, the moment it gets triggered, you stop seeing the world and you are deluded in my world. Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya. I don't disagree. Jagat Mithya. But that does not mean in your actions you will not radiate the truth Brahma Satyam. In your actions also you have to radiate the truth of oneness, non-dual consciousness. Every relationship, the attitudes you build towards every relationship, the attitudes you build towards your money, the attitudes you build towards your health, the attitudes you build towards the people around you, the situations around you, things around you, pets, plants, planets, everything around you should be from that same oneness and completion. Should be from that same non-dual consciousness. Only then you understand the third statement, important statement, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. The individual self you experience is nothing but the cosmic consciousness. Your SDHD will eat away even if I give you the glimpse of Nirvikalpa Samadhi just in your being level. Actually, during the unclutching initiation, all of you already had Nirvikalpa Samadhi. No doubt about it. Unless you have Nirvikalpa Samadhi, I don't leave you out of the room. It is that is the QC past, quality control pass I do. The drilling in your Anandagandha has to happen with that pure consciousness. Naturally it becomes Nirvikalpa Samadhi. But the real effects of Advaita happens in you only when that oneness starts radiating. Only when you radiate that oneness in your doing. While you are seeing your finance, your accounts, sitting with your auditor, do you feel that oneness without falling into the powerlessness? While you are sitting with a spouse and having a dinner or lunch, do you feel that oneness without falling into the powerlessness? When you are sitting with your team and discussing your corporate strategy, your office strategy, your consciousness, does your consciousness be established in that oneness and non-duality without falling into the powerlessness? Look in. Just your back pain disappearing is not the result of Advaita. All the pain which you have hidden in your back should disappear. Not just back pain disappearing. All the pains which you have put it in back has to disappear. Suddha Advaita Sugabodha Jnanam. The pure Advaitas, joyful influence and the wisdom which comes out of joyful influence. Please understand, the joyful influence of Advaita is what I call completion. The joyful influence of Advaita is what I call perpetual completion. The joyful influence of Advaita is what I call Sahaja Samadhi. The blissful influence of Advaita in your every step of life, which can't be eaten away by SDHD, is what I call Nithyananda. So, biggest enemy for living Advaita, biggest enemy for Advaita in your doing, in your actions, is your SDHD. Self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Your SDHD is the biggest enemy, biggest Rahu and Ketu, who swallows sun and the moon. Sun is Advaita in being, moon is Advaita in action. Rahu is your SDHD, Ketu is self-blackmailing pattern. Rahu is SDHD, Ketu is SB. Self-blackmailing pattern. Please understand, when these two eats your being in Advaita and living in Advaita, you forget that you are Jivan Mukta. You live Advaita. And I really felt bad when I listened to Madhuri's sharing. I'm so happy. Finally, she found her living enlightenment, which is not getting lost, which is continuously living. But I feel so bad. In Indian tradition, Vedic tradition, somebody has to struggle for 17 years to achieve this experience. Have we become so enlightenment poor? No poverty takes away our pride. We Sanatana Hindu Dharmis are pride about our poverty. Understand, go to any village, the amount of pride people carry about their poverty. We are proud of our poverty, but not of this poverty where 17 years somebody has to search for living Advaita. I tell you, the Rahu and Ketu for the Vedic tradition is all the lifestyle patterns which strengthened our SDHD. The Macaulay's education, which took away our clarity about Advaita, the colonial mental setup, is our SDHD. Self-doubt, hatred, denial. It is this colonial mental setup took away our Advaita from us, I tell you. First of all, we never had poverty till we have been swindled by all these invaders. Till 17th century, we were the richest country in the world. We never had poverty. The poverty was imposed on us to break our confidence. The artificial famines created by the British Empire, how they broke our backbone by creating artificial poverty. The Bengal famine was planned by British. Around 17 famines we had to go through, which was never part of our Vedic tradition. Only in the colonial periods, under the invaders, we went through 17 major famines, where millions were killed. It is just to break our confidence on our Vedic tradition, on our lifestyle, on our thinking pattern. I tell you, that is the way they inserted SDHD, self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial into us. They swindled the country. Ships and ships of gold from this country has been shipped out. And then they start the missionaries and charity, giving few pennies back to us in the name of missionary and charity, to take away our confidence from this great Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Many times people ask me, why do you wear this gold Rudraksha, gold throne? I want to tell you, it is not gold, it's gold painted. Second, I wanted to remind you guys the richness, the way the Vedic tradition lived, the richness we had in the Vedic tradition. Unfortunately, all the good things, auspicious things are attributed to the Western colonial lifestyle. The other day I was browsing through some of the photographs of the recent museum inaugurated in the Rashtrapati Bhavan in India. I was feeling so sad. All the best things we are showcasing is from the colonial era. Only the British things are gold coated, golden. Very unfortunate. The idea of best life is somehow associated with the people who ruled us, who made us slaves. Somehow the good life has become their lifestyle. The idea of good life has been branded. As the British lifestyle. We forgot the good life of the Vedic tradition. Last 300 years, 17 famines. What will happen to a civilization? When we look back, you can only remember the 300 years. And you remember only poverty, poverty, poverty as the lifestyle of Vedic tradition. That is why the stupid word Hindu rate of growth has been developed. Please understand, our self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial has been created, injected, encouraged by the British by putting us into poverty, showing their lifestyle as a good lifestyle. And still we stupid fellows are practicing and believing the same. Practicing and believing the same. We should tell the world Vedic lifestyle, Vedic beliefs is good life. And that brand of good life, royal life, luxury life, best life should be again connected back to living Advaita, the non-dual consciousness. The people who live and practice non-duality does not need to be always with a begging bowl. We picked up the begging bowl voluntarily because that is the only way we can relate with you. We will have the opportunity to come to your doors, not to receive but to give. Buddha picked up the begging bowl. Buddha picked up the begging bowl not to beg from you. He took that as opportunity to come to your doorsteps, to show you the grace of being Buddha. Mahadeva picked up the begging bowl not to beg from you. He doesn't need to eat anything, or he can eat anything. He doesn't need to eat anything, or he can eat anything. He did not pick up the begging bowl to receive something from you, to come to your doorsteps so that you see his grace, the grace he carries, and may follow living Advaita. In 1943, millions of people in Bengal starved to death by artificial famine created by British. This was the last effort to break our confidence that we won't be able to survive on our own without British ruling us. British government ordered the destruction of all boats and rice stocks in coastal Bengal. And it exported 70,000 tons of rice for the use of British troops and British civilians. More than 4 million people were made to die to break our confidence in the Vedic lifestyle. But the news was never left out because British authorities took the advantage of wartime censorship. See, wartime you have the power to stop the news. They took the advantage of the wartime censorship to keep this news quiet. I tell you, it's unfortunate. Even we started believing the reason for our poverty, our suffering, all the bad things is our lifestyle and our thinking style and the cognition given to us by the Advaitic tradition, which is completely wrong. Understand? My only hope is NRIs. It is you guys, only you can tell the world Advaita is the best way of thinking. Advaita is the best way of doing. The Advaitic oneness in being and in doing is the best lifestyle, royal lifestyle. The best life tag should be connected, branded with Advaitic lifestyle, the non-dual lifestyle. My only hope is the NRIs. Only you guys will be able to do that. Once you do it, Indians will follow. That is the way we lived, what to do. Bring Advaita, the space of completion, the space of powerfulness, which comes when you experience Nirvikalpa Samadhi in meditation, in unclutching. Bring that in your doing, in your business deals, in your corporate strategies, in your profession, in your career. Whether you are a housewife, homemaker, or a lawyer, engineer, doctor, social leader, spiritual leader, political leader, whatever you are doing, bring the being of non-dual consciousness, Advaita, into your doing. Always be in the space of completion and powerfulness and go on handling your life. You will radiate the grace of Advaita, and that best life tag should be added to Advaitic lifestyle. All this is nothing but trying to add the best life tag to Advaitic lifestyle. That's all. Nothing else. The best life tag was unfortunately taken away from us purposely in a very planned way by the British, by pushing us into poverty, causing artificial famines, sucking us out. You need to know, we don't need to build this country, we need to rebuild this country, because we had everything. Don't even think we need to build it, that we never had it. No. We just need to rebuild it. If you know we need to rebuild, you will have the confidence over the original thinking style, the lifestyle of the Vedic tradition. Essence of today's satsang. Do not allow the SDHD infused into your system, self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, and bring Advaita not just in your being, in your every doing. Live Advaita in your doing. Live Advaita in your doing. Let the best life tag be added to Advaitic lifestyle, not the British lifestyle. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda Dhyana Peetham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/lifeblissvt.